This is DC Danton, Crow Crusader. This is the evening feeding on May 7th. Little Petey was up there. I'm sorry, I could never be as fast as Petey. Petey! Petey! Our little Petey. There he is. Petey! Petey! Here, Petey. Hey, Petey. Hey, go, Petey. All right. Let's put some stuff on the hood for Charlie. Let's put down some nuts here. And let's put this down for Charlie. You see there's like no crows. No pigeons, no crows, no anything. Wow. Wow. I have some interesting news. I met a fellow bird lover, and was walking his dog, and I have to say he told me something which I didn't know, actually. Of course, I've been so busy, and I just haven't checked the federal website to continue looking at the progress of the avian flu, the Vogelgrippe, to see what's happening with that. So, as it turns out, all restrictions on the avian flu, Vogelgrippe, across Switzerland have been lifted as of May 1st. And you can go on the federal website. What's interesting is I don't see it on the Kreuzlingen website. Okay? What's on there is all old and erroneous news. And by the way, he did say there were some signs down at the harbor. A month ago, we did not see any signs, so they must have put them up afterwards. Perhaps they're monitoring my, there's some birds. Monitoring my YouTube channel and figured, well, it's true. We didn't, there's Petey, there's Petey. There's Petey, there's our little Petey. Okay, and decided that they said, Stefan Brown said, the environmental director of Kreuzlingen said that he put signs up all over on so-called hot spots. But there were, when we drove all around Kreuzlingen and walked through the park and the harbor, there were no signs at that time. But perhaps they heard about that and decided to put some signs, some token signs up at the harbor. Well, those signs have been taken down. They were taken down on May 1st. And these signs are still here. Question is, why are these signs still here? That provocation yesterday by that lady in the parking lot, which brought the police, that was all because of the signs. That was all because of the signs. So, yeah, it's really awful. Let's see what I got here. The mixed nuts, peanuts in the shell. Put these down first. Let's put our little stuff down here for our little birds. But really, they have to take those signs down. Now, my appointment for my so-called criminal charge for removing the signs and the insult, so-called insult, on the Hayfully employee, who, by the way, has physically attacked me enough to bruise my arms, pull me against my will, slap me across the wall, and verbally abuse me I don't know how many times. By the way, see these beautiful nuts? These are from my friend, my wonderful, beautiful friend who loves the birds and supports the beautiful birds here in Kreuzlingen. So, anyway, here we go. Where these birds show up out of nowhere here, I have no idea. But when I come, there's nobody here. I am early. I came early because it looks like thunderstorms are brewing. So, I wanted to give time for Charlie and the birds to feel comfortable in case there's high winds or thunder or lightning or whatever. but something is brewing. There's her little Petey. There's a Petey there. Okay, we got also some peanuts. We'll put those out as well, and then we'll head to the field. Hopefully Charlie will come down. He's got his little stuff right there. We'll put our peanuts down here. These are shelled peanuts. These are very good. They're excellent. It's very hard to find unsalted. Okay. Only Norma carries them in the 500 gram. So in large bags. So anyway. Okay. There we go. There's our little babies. Look at all these nuts here. It's a feast. Sunday is their special day. By the way, we were watching, this is very interesting, and to see if you can follow me. While looking at a YouTube video of an RV, a man who drives around his little outfitted Mercedes van, and he goes along the back roads of USA in different states, and he's a really nice, amicable man. And he did one in Ohio, in the Amish land, where there are Mennonites and Amish. And I was looking at the correlation between, you know, how the Amish and Mennonites ended up in America. And it was very, very interesting. I'm going to take this for Charlie. They all stem from a religious group called Anabaptists. And this was a religious sect that not only baptized babies, but they also believed in baptism as adults. And of course, this started in the Netherlands, Anabaptists, and then it spread across Europe. And they were so persecuted, it is just unbelievable. And they could not baptize people as adults. And there were other ways of living that they had that the people didn't agree with. They did not conform to Catholicism or to the Protestants of Reformation. They could not conform. And because they could not conform, they were persecuted. There's a picture on Wikipedia of an Anabaptist rescuing a pursuer from the city government. This is a small town outside of Amsterdam. And the picture depicts, this is from the, actually this all happened in the 15th century. Okay, so this is when the persecution, where people were highly persecuted, and of course later on they came to America in form of the Pilgrims from England, and later on in the form of Mennonites and Amish much later on. And most of those came from German-speaking Europe, Germany, Switzerland, and so forth. But what's interesting is this picture shows this Anabaptist rescuing a man. Looks like quicksand, a mud hole. And he rescues him, and the man turns around, takes him, and burns him at the stake. That is the viciousness of people who do not conform. There's our Charlie. Charlie! Charlie! Come, Charlie! Come, Charlie! Come, baby! Come, sweetheart! Come! Come, baby, come! Come. There you go, honey. Oh, what you do to Papa time? What you know, my little baby? Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Charlie. Get your sausage. Get your sausage. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, honey. Okay, I'm going to take this with me. I'm never going to get to the field here. But it's just an example of what it means when you don't conform. Okay? And I wonder that throughout the centuries, because you could go back to the 15th and 14th century, of the persecution of this group, religious group, an offshoot where their biggest thing was, the biggest distinction between them, there were other things, but the thing that the Catholic Church did not like, and Reformation, and Protestants, was that they baptized people as adults. And that was a huge break from mainstream religion at that time. But just how persecuted, because they did not conform. And what does that say here? What does that say here? Yes, this is not a religious thing, but what does that say about the centuries of conformity and what it has to do with bird feeding, what it has to do with me and Bryant and other people who feed birds, who go against mainstream thinking, okay, about feeding birds, and feeding birds all year round, and just feeding birds in the wild, okay? It goes against mainstream thinking, even though the data's out there that supports what I'm doing and supports all others, people who are feeding birds, okay? There's even bird food in the store that you can buy that says all season food.